So as we can see, Tyler Chappell, redshirt freshman out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, BA native, shows pit. And for the Terps, Abram Klein out of Chula Vista, California, southern part of California, getting set in the neutral position. These two guys are going. Some exchanges early, nothing crazy yet. Expect a lot of movement from both of these orthodox wrestlers. No shoots yet. Little fake from Chappell.
You see the patience early, James. Wondering if Maryland in this home opener, right? First time putting the singlets on in front of the home crowd. They try to be aggressive this early.
Here's a shot from Chappell. Not leading to anything else. You can't really spin it. You can see Klein hooking that ankle of Chappell. Maybe going to turn this into a reversal. Neither wrestler been granted anything yet. A tough position. Might be called potentially dangerous, but nothing yet from the referee.
You're neutral.
Both wrestlers smart to hook the ankle of each other. Know how they're able to move out of this, but looks like Chappell might turn a corner here. Chappell looking to gain the edge. Chappell going to get the takedown first to get Pitt scoring going.
Improve there.
So now the riding time will begin for Pitt. Coming in, the number 21 Pitt Panthers. Maryland unranked. Around this time last year they were in those rankings, though, at that 25 spot.
9 matches in half of a period.
Maryland looking to get a big upset today and maybe find themselves in the Intermat rankings.
That's the Terp team, James. 4-0 to start this season. Had a couple of DMV matchups. They go to Morgan State and pick up the win. Do the same in American. This one looks like it's Pitt to start.
See the back. So now that riding time is nearing a minute, but Klein really needs to just try and sprawl out of this. Chappell's got him in a tough position. Chappell 1-3 versus ranked opponents. Klein is not ranked so far, and now another takedown.
I got you, thank you.
Excuse me, just added on the 4 near fall points this time, so that is substantial.
I said I'll probably just nod my head when you're talking.
And tacked on again, trying to get
I'm mic'd up for TV.
Klein's shoulder down. But you can see a hungry wrestler like Chappell is trying to get a pin here. There's nothing else he wants.
I think something that's important to know for Chappell too, James, is that he split that time at that 125 and 133 spots. So he's seen quite a bit up in the 133 weight class. So coming back down to 125, he's kind of making his name here.
So just 10 seconds left in this first period of action in our first bout of the afternoon, and looks like Chappell is going to take this one handily and not let Klein even get an escape point. As that ticks off the first of the first period, and now Klein going to be back to his feet. We'll see if he chooses the down position. It looks like Pitt's going to have the first choice.
You see the replay too, James. It's just Chappell being the aggressor through the first period. Again, using that single leg takedown and then keeping the riding time going by getting the leverage point on Klein.
And you see Coach Clemson over there. He's telling Klein that it's time to go. He's really got to make an aggressive here. He's going to start up top, so we'll see what he can do.
And so Chappell had the first nod to choose, and he chose bottom to go to the floor. He wants to earn an easy escape point. Doesn't look like Klein's going to allow him to do that. He needs to stay on his back if you're Klein to tick away at that riding time that Chappell already added on. Almost 2 minutes in riding time. So if you're Klein, you cannot allow this Pitt wrestler to get back to his feet. Anything you can do to stay on that back and just tick away at the riding time, because that riding time right now will turn into a major decision. That's the difference between a decision. So Klein doing everything he can, even just to play defensively.
Agreed. Certainly important for Klein to stay on top here.
Stalemate.
And so now a stalling call, as now both these wrestlers, at least Chappell will be at bottom again because he couldn't get to his feet, but now another stall call could end up in some points for Pitt team. So Klein really has to be in attack mode while also being defensive.
Yeah, not sure. I don't think it's a stalling, just a stalemate between the two. With, again, Klein using that leverage, and now Chappell earning the escape.
So now in neutral position again. Chappell got the escape point, like you mentioned, Ryan, and Klein was able to tick off a good 40 seconds from that riding time, which is good, but still above a minute, so it's substantial.
That's how I am, 3 hours of sleep.
It's tough for Klein, too, because you want to shoot again, but this match could easily turn the opposite direction and allow for more than just a major.
Certainly. Chappell actually got a tech fall earlier in the year against Buffalo, so looking for his first major decision, but maybe he'll keep riding for that tech.
Both these guys head-to-head as well. Faced J.J. Peace, and Klein traded a win and a loss with him.
Guys, work the
but
score, work the score.
as for Chapel, is able to get a win this year.
Both of those guys actually had close matches against Peace. Talking 3-2, 7-3 for Klein, and then 2-0 for Chapel. So
Good action, both guys.
Head-to-head, you can see Chapel has the advantage, and obviously that is on display right now. Just 8 seconds left in this second period of action. Nothing crazy happened except for the escape point for Pitts Chapel. So that will tip the last seconds of this second period. We're going to the third period. Just 2 minutes left for Maryland's Abram Klein to try and turn the tables a little bit. Now he has the choice.
No stall warnings, guys. Set, Red.
Again, Clemson over on Maryland's bench, James, telling Klein to be quick. You need a quick escape point here. Getting that escape point, of course, brings it from an 8-point lead to a 7-point lead for Chapel. Bring it back into regular decision territory.
don't forget about that riding time, though, Martin. After the end of this match, if it's still above a minute, he'll take that extra point and it'll still be a major.
So I need the escape point quickly.
So Klein just have to grip at anything he can to try and evade Chapel, but right now he's got him tied up, and you see those riding time seconds just ticking on. So anything else like a tech fall.
Kenny wrestled for the same high school coach.
And so now the back points maybe get added on there. The referee said wasn't the right criteria for your fall. So, but here's Klein getting back to his feet. Klein, sent right back to the mats.
It's a good mat return from Chapel, and of course, keeping him in that position with the riding time now over 2 minutes, or just a tick under.
Able to escape there as Klein won't be back to his feet. I believe he will be in the down position again.
Something to watch while we're here, guys, is there's a lot of hand fighting down there between the two of them, fighting for a position, vying for it, especially in the chest area. So just watch that as we get up.
Set. Cover legal. It's on me. I'll take it. Let's try it again, guys. You guys are doing great. Okay.
You hear the ref there say that he takes him for that one for the false start. We'll get him going again.
Cover legal.
Such cool technology. I was going to say, to have the ref mic'd up, especially for this non-conference play, to get those angles.
Oh, certainly.
So a sprawl there attempted from Klein.
We're going to score here.
But full control and dominance from Chapel. So now 2 minutes of riding time.
Klein to his feet.
And he's hooked the ankles. You can see he's absolutely got them tied up. Klein able to get one free, but look at Chapel able to stay, keep that left foot dragging inside the circle.
He's just relentless going after him.
So running into the scores table. This is getting physical, but no points added there for Chapel.
Yeah, the effort from Chapel to not allow Klein to earn the escape point. Again, you just mentioned it, just grabbing the ankles and pulling Klein down, keeping this one as he's now confirmed the riding time, and what'll be a major decision victory, if not more.
I'm surprised, too, from Chapel. He doesn't allow Klein to get back to his feet so he can try and get the tech fall, but he's being methodical with his approach in this first bout. Just get the 4 easy points. So just over 30 seconds left in this first bout of action at the 125. Have some good stuff up next for you, but see what Klein can do to try and turn this into something other than a major decision.
Nope. Not criteria there. 15.
And still no near fall awarded. I think that's what Chapel has been trying to grip at, is getting some back points, but he hasn't been able to meet what the referee is looking for. As just 5 seconds left in this one, Klein is kind of just unable to get out, trying his best, but that will end this one as Pitts Tyler Chapel able to get a major decision for the Panthers to start this one off. 4 points will be awarded to Pitt to start this first match off.
That was all Chapel. Impressive by the redshirt freshman by Pitt to be the aggressor for all 7 minutes. And it was all his doing there, especially to get that riding time up, Jacob.
Certainly, especially after a little bit of a tough start to the season, 2-4 in duels. Getting that third duel win today was really big for him, as well as Coach Gavin and the Pitt program.
Let's see who we have up next.
Looking at the 133 match, Evan Tallmadge, like I said in the open, he's going to want to make a statement victory today. You see that he's 7-3. He's 0-3 with his major decisions, 0-1 in the tech falls, 1-1 in the falls. I think this is going to end up being a close bout today.
And for Maryland, this is the experience in senior Braxton Brown. He brings that excitement to this lineup, and he's a guy, especially after Pittsburgh earns a major decision, you want Braxton Brown to follow it up and be the man for Maryland.
You have really cool shoes.
Exactly right. And when we talked to head coach Clemson the other day. He said some early weird losses for Braxton Brown, but said they were wake-up calls and that he's been able to turn the outcome of this season so far. And now let's see if he can do that against Tallmadge today. Nothing crazy from the wrestlers to start. Nobody's really gained an advantage. Braxton's more of an attacking wrestler. You'll see him moving all the time, but Tallmadge bringing that same energy.
I guess it's a big bout as well for Tallmadge with Braxton Brown being number 12. That's something that Clemson mentioned to us too, James, of when wrestlers go up against Braxton Brown, they're his meal ticket. They're saying, I want a Braxton Brown win on my resume. Brown knows that, has to defend his position, now being a top 15 wrestler in the class.
Come every weekend, Braxton Brown, like you said, has to defend his title at the top. But if you're Brown, you want to prove yourself and get even higher. He wants to be in single-digit territory in that top ranking. So let's see if a win today can get him close. You see just a hand lock there from Tallmadge, but great shot there from Brown, but hasn't been able to get in control. And you see Tallmadge, look at that right arm. He's got hooked under Brown's leg so he can't sprawl out, but he's going to try and get a reversal.
Sad with the creativity of using the right leg to try and get Brown onto his back and be in top position.
Fortunate there, that technical one leg takedown doesn't get any for him, but he'll be looking here to get some more.
Stalemate warning. There again, both wrestlers back in neutral. So far on this season, Evan Tallmadge 7-3 on the season, 5-1 in dual matches. And for Braxton Brown, 6-2 on the season, 3-1 in dual matches. So both these wrestlers only have one loss in dual matches. One of those things will change today.
Okay. What I'm thinking.
Here's Tallmadge.
Something else that's important to note while these guys tussle with each other right here is neither of them have a win against a ranked opponent this season. I think that this could be their first point to the rankers and to other people.
I've ever seen two wrestlers that wrestle extremely similarly as these two. You know, hands on the ground, moving ultimately. You know, a lot of movement, but also just controlled. Staying in control, waiting for the precise time to shoot. And so, looks like another exchange here. See, gripping at the elbows, one just trying to get to the back of the other. Nothing early as this first period of our second bout of the day is going to be ticking down to its last second. One of these wrestlers will start on the bottom in just a couple seconds, and they'll let that first period expire.
You know, James, something I really like here is the patience. You only seen the one shot from Braxton, and then a lot of just waiting on to see what their opponent will do. Looking for that first mistake. I know that both coaches love to press aggressiveness, but it's a nice thing to see out of these wrestlers looking to wait for their opponent to make a mistake.
Usually for Braxton Brown, you see an attacking all-go kind of personality, but he knows how important not only this match as a whole is, but just his match in particular at 133. He needs to win this and come out in dominant fashion, so he cannot allow riding time or anything. If he can get an escape point, a lot of just crazy movement from both of these guys.
100%.
Exciting wrestling styles.
See the agility from Brown, and I think you're exactly right, James. He's being patient besides that one shot because he understands following the major decision. And in a 133 spot that Maryland will need to have if they want to be competitive with Pittsburgh as this one goes along. He's coming out like a firecracker and then preaching patience.
This isn't one of those matches like what you just hinted at, Ryan, but this is going to be a decision kind of match. I don't foresee a major or a tech fall from either one of these guys. It's not in their curriculum. But there's Brown, as you hear the Maryland crowd starting to be brought to life. So now 50 seconds of riding time for Tallmadge. Great work from Brown there. He's going to have to get almost 2 minutes to change that in his favor, though.
Work through that.
I'm interested to see what Brown has learned so far through this early schedule. Mentioned at our conversations with Coach Clemson about he had a slow start. He lost that first dual match to Gardner-Webb's TK Davis, who Clemson said was just wrestling at his absolute best to upset Brown. And again, maybe not the early season that Brown wanted, but now you're back at home. How do you respond here at the Shamwell Pavilion, where Brown's a senior and he's known what these expectations are like at home?
Exactly, the home opener. If you're tuning in now for our broadcast, you're on Big Ten Plus. What better place to have it? Pitt and Maryland. Here is a lot of energy, and Brown gets the back. Looking for Brown, and he will. the first takedown of the day for the Terps. Brown looking to change the course of that riding time as our second period expires.
Bring your choice.
How about that late action from Brown?
That's what we just mentioned. Braxton Brown, a firecracker at 133 for Maryland. The escape, and then how about the quickness on the legs, moving around and getting the well-deserved takedown. First 4 points for Maryland today.
And there's that aggressiveness we were just talking about, fellas. It took us a little while to see it out of him, but he waited for his patient opportunity, found it, and took after it.
And Brown able to get one fall so far this season, his most recent match versus American, and an escape point awarded there for Tallmadge.
Out of the grip, guys.
Brown did a little bit to eat away at that riding time. Obviously not substantial, but 34 seconds of that in the end of the second period, but didn't have enough time, honestly, or he would have probably been able to get that in his favor. Now looking to get Tallmadge again to his back.
Despite the time getting low, I wouldn't count Tallmadge out either. Lots of close decisions in his record this season, so could be waiting patiently for his moment.
Absolutely. Tallmadge coming in with a win streak of 2 matches off their last campaign down in Lehigh and Bucknell. And as for Brown, a win streak of 1. Just mentioned that recent fall he had versus American. And another stalemate called there. 1 minute left in this match.
I foresee some aggressiveness getting ready to come out of Tallmadge. He knows he needs that takedown. He knows he needs to work hard for it, so see what he can do here.
Yeah, representing this Pittsburgh team that we had mentioned under Keith Gavin, the 21st ranked team in the country. It's because they had some of those close wins. I like what they did against Lehigh and Bucknell, and in both of those matches, it was Tallmadge who earned a win by decision.
Big upset at Lehigh, like you mentioned, Ryan. And as for Tallmadge, he's got 3/4 of a minute to prove he can turn this one into overtime. But if not, Brown will take it. No riding time points will be awarded, though. So now, I think Brown is extremely aggressive right now. Tallmadge is just playing defense.
Work the score, work the score.
And they're looking for a shot from one of these two guys, both coaches, Gavin and Clemson. Maybe another shot from Brown.
You can hear the Maryland bench telling him to protect his feet.
Yeah, Brown just moving so well to avoid any sort of sudden victory period. And 1 second left on the clock as the referee blows his whistle. So they're going back to neutral position, but I think this one you can...
You see Brown taking his headgear off there. He thought it was over. We got 1 more second left. See what these fellas can do to end it out. There it is.
He certainly wanted it to be over.
How about the defense from Braxton Brown to earn the win by decision? Guys, I think it was just technical at the end. For a wrestler who's been doing it for so long, Braxton Brown knows what it takes to wrestle at his best, and he does that there. So far, through 2 bouts, guys, it's 4-3 Pittsburgh. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Alex Clemson, now his 7th season at the helm for Maryland, coming over as the associate from Missouri, closer to a decade ago now. So Clemson and company, Jacob, they've established what they want to do here in College Park. Now it's about finding new accolades, sending more wrestlers to the Big Ten championships. That starts with a win here.
Yeah, and you take it to the other side, Coach Keith Gavin, 9th season as head coach. Something that's important to note there, he was a 2008 national champion at Pitt for the 174 weight class. He knows what it means to be a champion at Pitt, and he wants to bring them back to there. Lots of good qualifications under his name. And
so we are getting set for 41. This one is going to be box office. I wouldn't underestimate Pitt's Briar Priest as he will be taking on Maryland's Dario Lemus. And when we talked to head coach Gavin yesterday for the Pitt squad, he said Priest has the ability to beat anyone. So let's see if he can do that versus a ranked matchup here.
Certainly. 2-1 versus ranked opponents this season, too. He's definitely going to be looking for that 3rd win.
As Lemus trying to defend his title. So strong, undefeated in duels so far this season, 4-0. There's both wrestlers. Lemus injured last year, missed a lot of time for his squad, but now he's healthy, focused, and doing everything right, according to head coach Alex Clemson. Strong, quick takedown for Dario Lemus to kick things off at 41.
First time today we've seen a Maryland wrestler earn a takedown in this first period, James. You need that aggressiveness out of the gate here at home.
And here you just let Lemus very tactical and precise with his decisions. Just lets Priest get away. Get the escape point, because I'm shooting right back at you again. Dario just getting back in the center of the mat. Bringing Priest to his home, and you're in College Park. A lot of hand fighting from Lemus, but he's just trying to get a good throw, which he does there. Little toss from Lemus. Very smart, but calculated with his decisions, and haven't gotten to see a lot of action from him so far. But he's only got one unranked loss this season, a tight overtime match versus UNC's Luke Simcox.
Yeah, I think something that's important to know for Lemus, too, is he's got that 4-win streak in duels coming into this match against Pitt. And he's going to really want this. He's going to ride that momentum for as long as he can, climb as many numbers as he can.
And for Lemus, too, he's only lost one bout this year by more than a takedown, so he doesn't give up bonus points easy.
Got a wrestle match here. Didn't notice.
3-1, obviously you see the riding time, not substantial yet. Lemus took one shot so far, but hasn't really been aggressive other than that. Just very smart, tactical, and he knows he's got to conserve his energy because there's 3 periods in this match. As for Lemus, just under the 1-minute mark in this first bout at 141. As these two run into the table, both wrestlers still fine, but they'll head back to the middle.
Yeah, my time. My time.
And Lemus got something in his left eye. They're going to take a look at him here with 49 seconds left in the first period.
Hopefully he's cool. Probably just a contact, honestly, Ryan. He probably needs help moving his contact back in his eye.
Coach getting right in there. Get him right.
As for Lemus, so they said blood time.
Good?
More so just that
Good.
Lemus needed his eye fixed. He's
Okay.
got the contacts, need the peripherals to be working right.
You see right there, maybe that left hand pokes him in the eye as they drive towards the other.
Headlocks here, and another shot from Lemus. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Hasn't gotten full control. Briar Priest able to just get away here, but Lemus is an all attack. Looks like he might be awarded some takedown points. Nothing yet. Lemus gripping at the back leg of Priest. He's got 7 seconds left in this first period to get a takedown. Can Lemus get it done?
Coach Clemson wants it.
Still applause from the Maryland sideline as Lemus able to get some control, but not able to get the takedown yet. Into that first period at 141.
The agility of Briar Priest there, I think, was something that's amazing there. Dario Lemus, you see there, he shoots, he shoots, he shoots. He gets both legs. Even at one point, he's able to still sprawl out and get up.
I was just going to say, that was a good shot from Lemus. Just better defense as well from Priest. Good on good. That's what you're expected to see with an ACC team coming into Big Ten country.
Yeah, there's no problems, no weak links on this Pitt squad. Every match is going to be competitive for Maryland, and if they think otherwise, then they are in for a treat in their home opener. Like you guys mentioned, another escape point there from Priest, but it's in Lemus's favor to allow Priest to escape because he wants to shoot right back at him. But don't count Priest out. He hasn't taken a shot yet so far in this match, but in the second period right now. Priest looking a little bit more aggressive to come out in this second one.
Yes, certainly. I think being able to get away from that takedown from Lemus, seeing that he can defend that aggressiveness a little bit, has given him some confidence coming into the second period and holding it down a little bit.
Here, both these wrestlers, just about a little over a minute left in this second period. Priest goes to his knee there. Here's another shot from Dario. Lemus not going to get anything, but really going to have to start gripping at anything he can. He'll likely start on the bottom.
That aggressiveness from Lemus is just, it's hard to defend against. Priest is doing a great job at making sure that Lemus doesn't get any position.
Keep your hands legal.
So just 40 seconds left in this second period. More than likely, Maryland's Lemus is going to start on the bottom to begin the third period, to earn some points, but now really just trying to shoot. These guys are hopping around.
They are moving around. That's one thing I love about these lower weight classes early on in the matches. These guys are agile. They're always going to move. They're never going to let the other person get position.
Just going to say, those bouts that you get before intermission, those are always the fun ones, where just like we saw from Braxton Brown a second ago at 133, and aggressiveness with some good shots.
And now we see another attempt at a shot. Not sure who's in control, Priest or Lemus.
He's got to find position. Priest is on top.
Looks like Lemus is just going to have to wait this one out and end off the second period. Good work from the Maryland wrestler. As we are headed to the third period.
You see Coach Clemson there telling Lemus he needs to go down and try to get that escape point.
And no surprises there, as now Lemus is just going to have to escape quickly, but say Priest can keep him down, it could turn into favorable riding time for the Pitt squad and tie this one up.
You see Coach Gavin over there, he was actually telling Priest to just ride him here, to make sure that he does not get up. That riding time, he's only got to fight 12 seconds and get another minute. That there can make it even game if he doesn't let him up.
So look at, Lemus is going to do everything he can to just try and get some sort of advantage. Riding time now in favor of Priest. And so now Lemus, coaches on the sidelines telling him, get out of there. He's close. Lemus is close. He's got back to his feet.
Yep.
But now if Lemus, now Priest trying to drag him out. Smart move by Priest, because now they'll head back to the middle.
Nope, I waved it. Still down.
You see Clemson asking there. The ref signaled for the one, as in that Lemus got up, but then he came back and said that they were actually out of bounds before that happened. So Priest will still be on top here, and he's still going to keep that riding time going.
Right.
Coach definitely thought he saw correctly there, but a little biased for his Maryland guy. But now again, Lemus will still stay on the mat, and now just trying to escape. If he has any luck like he did on that last go, he'll be able to get out of this pretty quickly. And here's Lemus back to his feet. Got away. Got the escape point for Maryland.
Great foundation that Lemus uses his hands to build, get to his feet, and back to neutral.
I think it's important to note, too, that the aggressiveness doesn't just stem with the takedowns with Lemus. You know, he's aggressive trying to get up and run out of there. He's hand fighting the whole time. He's making sure that he can try to get his position back.
Little less than a minute for the Maryland wrestler to try and get another takedown. Priest kind of just letting him throw him around just so he can keep a good distance from Lemus. A shot there from Priest. Might end up not in his favor if Lemus can turn the back. He's trying to turn the corner and keep, they have to stay engaged if one of them wants a takedown. This separation is not favoring either opponent. And so now
he's got the one leg.
Priest might have something here. A big takedown from Briar Priest and the Pitt squad to give him the lead.
He's going to try to hold that riding time. Watch him out.
Yep.
He's out of bounds.
So now an utter shocker in these last couple seconds of the third period. Dario Lemus is going to have to do something real quick here.
See, we've seen him be quick with his hands. We've seen him build a foundation before Jacob. He's got to do it. He's got 15 seconds to do so.
It's important to note, too, that Priest doesn't have riding time yet. If Lemus can get out of here within the next 15 seconds, they can go to sudden victory.
Riding time is irrelevant here in this bout.
Hold on top.
Oh, Dario just has 10 seconds, but he can't evade the grips of Priest. Is he able to get away? That should be an escape. That's a now.
Reversal.
Big reversal from Lemus.
How about it?
You see immediately Coach Gavin's throwing that challenge brick there. We're going to be taking a look at this.
And as you can see, it looked like a big reversal from Maryland's Dario Lemus. Just with seconds left, a challenge from Pitt head coach Keith Gavin.
Seeing it here. Starts with the mat. Great mat return by Priest there. Lemus takes that, spins around, gets out. Then he gets back behind him. Pitt is likely going to be challenging whether or not that it's that reversal there or if it's just a stand-up and an escape.
So what an effort by the Maryland wrestler. We said 10 seconds left, right? And does the referee signal 2? He does there. In our live action, you can see the head coach, Alex Clemson, and the Maryland guys are ecstatic for their guy, Lemus.
Love that response, too. Gives up the takedown in the final 30 seconds, but to put himself under. And should this stand, not only does he get the points back, the 2 on the reversal. Dario in the home opener is determined at 141. You gotta love to see it, Jacob.
And you can see right now, guys, these dudes, they are both gassed. They put everything they had into that last period, especially those last 15 seconds. They're both going to take their time, catch their breath here while the refs review. But if this goes into overtime, this could be big for either guy.
And that was something that Clemson mentioned about Lemus last year when he was just a redshirt freshman, that Lemus will empty the clip every time. Going to be a fan favorite for that reason, as you see him build up the base on the replay here against Priest. And this was looking like just mat return after mat return for Priest, but Lemus wouldn't be denied. Again, knows the clock is ticking down and has one at the buzzer.
Like I said earlier, Martin, Lemus, he's got that aggressiveness. Even when he's on the bottom, he's always looking to get back and get behind and get position.
How about Maryland's wrestler just able to keep himself alive, and so far he remains undefeated so far in duels this season. So we'll see what Lemus can do if this one goes to sudden victory. We're just waiting for the ref's review right now, and he is mic'd up, so we will hear what he has to say.
Looks like he's making his call now. Looks Pitt's happy. It seems like they get their challenge brick back, that the reversal is called off.
Is overturned. It is no reversal.
Wow.
One escape.
So it's an escape instead of a reversal, as you heard our referee said. Great audio on the referee mic. Guys, we're going to sudden victory.
Yeah, so they are the scoreboard going now. We'll submit period for this first sudden victory round. And obviously it's the first takedown, first points awarded here that really matter in this sudden victory.
Okay.
Now tied at 5-5.
Correct. Here we go.
So this is what Maryland fans have been waiting for. Lemus, 1-1 in sudden victory, as well as Briar Priest, 1-1 in sudden victory. This will be interesting to see.
First home duel in the season. Lemus wants this bad.
And Lemus tries a little shot there, able to evade his Priest. Priest goes for a shot. Lemus looks like he's going to turn the back. Unable to do that. Really just comes down to which wrestler is able to get the advantage here in this first sudden victory period, just about a quarter of the way into it. It's important that you recognize that it's not just this sudden victory period too, though. They have more time. You can be calculated with your decision. And you go to 2 more overtime periods that are a little shorter if both wrestlers stay tied in this. So just over a minute left in this first period of sudden victory.
They had a takedown.
Lemus got his hands in a pretty tough position here. Priest able to kind of tie him up. Look how close Lemus's hands are to his body, just so he can keep his strength in his core. But here's Lemus, looking to get Priest to his stomach.
Both guys being really patient here. Nobody's really overcommitting to any takedown, overcommitting to any position. Really looking to wait for their opponent to make that mistake for them to get it.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, Lemus is calculated with it. Both these guys have sudden victory experience so far this season too, which is important. It's a different way to go about your approach. And so Lemus in a tough position here. No points awarded yet.
2, 3.
And that'll be 3 back points awarded to Pitt Panthers. Briar Priest, unfortunate outcome for Maryland's Dario Lemus, but able to send it to sudden victory. A great effort to keep it alive, but Briar Priest gives Lemus his first dual loss of the season.
That's a great effort by Priest there in overtime, Jacob. And for Lemus, it's hard not to think of what could have been if you get that reversal call instead of just the escape at the end of regulation.
Yeah.
But this is another one for Priest.
Yeah, and you see here at the 149 matchup, we got Cade Brown for Pitt, Michael Pizzuto for Maryland. Cade Brown coming in 7-2 record, 1-2 in the major decisions, 1-1 in the falls, 1-1 in tech falls, excuse me, and 2-0 in the falls. Really important to note here that all 5 career losses, he only has 5 career losses against ranked opponents. He's going to be looking to take Pizzuto here.
And so it doesn't look like Pizzuto's actually out there for this one. For Pitt, it'll be Cade Brown. And as for the Terps, it will be Ryan Kennedy. Moving up a weight class to take this one on, take this bout on. Surprised they didn't throw Michael Pizzuto out there, but it's Kennedy for the Terps. Ryan Kennedy, the freshman out of Ohio.
How about the freshman making his dual debut here, guys, out of North Olmsted, Ohio. Quick switch there when his debut. It comes up against the ranked wrestler in Cade Brown.
So we expected some Michael Pizzuto action. So now Kennedy has done a great job so far this season. He's actually picked up some big wins for Maryland recently. Both these wrestlers just stay in neutral position. Kennedy's going to be a lot more defensive here, but it's honestly his first couple matches here with the Maryland squad. His first here for the home opener. First duel. And so the Cade Brown, high praise from Coach
Starting to think red.
Gavin of the Pittsburgh Panthers squad. A guy out of Medina, Ohio. Also an Ohio guy. Two Ohio guys battling it out here. Cade 7-2 so far on the season, 4-1 in duels, as all 5 of his career losses have been against ranked opponents. Kennedy is not ranked, so if that gives you an inclination about what this match entails.
That's one. Exactly. That's what I'm waiting on.
And one of the freshmen to impress at Maryland's Patriot Open was Kennedy.
Gotcha.
You see both guys just slipping the grip there. You know, it's either tough for them. Neither of them have really been able to get great position here.
He had a 5th place finish there at the Patriot Open. Kennedy did after 3 overtime bouts. He lost his first match via tiebreaker, and obviously went to the consolation bracket and worked himself to a 5th place finish, winning 6 consecutive matches as his first period of our bout of the day is capped off there.
Stay set. Cover legal top.
And here's Kennedy.
Improve. Neutral.
There's an escape point there from Cade Brown, his first of the day. And was able to get a big pin in their last weekend outing versus number 14, Lehigh, against Owen Reinsel in a minute. And that was the match clincher that actually gave them that upset. So big, big opportunity for Brown.
Yeah, James on the other side. Again, Ryan Kennedy making his dual debut as a freshman. This is a spot where we were used to seeing Cal Miller. He's going to redshirt this year in a move that Clemson says is one that is a commitment to his family, his program, and promising that redshirt.
The spot, the freshman out of Ohio. 2 Ohio guys battling for it.
James, he's put himself in a position now in the final minute of the 3rd period against a ranked opponent in his dual debut. What does the freshman have after already having a great opening 6 minutes?
Brown trying to turn the corner on Kennedy. And he will. Let's see. Kennedy able to keep that back leg alive. 1 point awarded to Cade Brown. Brown's got the leg. Just over 30 seconds left in this 3rd period of this 4th bout of the day.
We're going to go neutral.
Neutral position. We're back at it.
You can see Clemson walking out there. He's getting a little bit upset about that potentially dangerous call, how long it took. Maybe they're talking about something else, but
But he hasn't done anything to try to score. He's not trying to score.
So looks like there may have been a stalling point there. He already got a warning to Kennedy, and that last one looked like the referee awarded a stalling point to Cade Brown.
And you can see Coach Clemson is quite upset about that one. That stall there, it's a good call, but I think that it's tough to do there as these guys are hand fighting.
So as they're evaluating it, 20 seconds left in this bout. The 3rd period here. Could be a big upset for Kennedy. He's given all he can to try and shoot on Brown. Kennedy, seconds ticking down, 10 seconds left to get a win and get an opportunity. Kennedy gonna shoot, but he's just tied up by Brown. Kennedy's got 3 seconds left in this 3rd bout. Tries to get him out of bounds. That one looked like That'll cap off our 149 match of this Pitt versus Maryland dual match here in College Park. Gabe Brown awarded the victory. We'll be back 157 in just a second.
It's time to stand up and make some noise. Here comes the t-shirt talk.
Back here in College Park, after 4 matches, you can see Pittsburgh just trying to get away from the Terps. But how about our next match of the day?
Yeah, it's a 7-point lead for Pittsburgh right now, James, thanks to the only bout that's had bonus points so far, Tyler Chappell over Maryland's Abram Klein. Then we have a close-ranked decision, Braxton Brown putting up the only 3 points for Maryland so far at 133.
And you see in that 141 match, Briar Priest taking that upset over Dario Lemus, changing up a bunch on them, and then Cade Brown getting that win over Ryan Kennedy. But you see this 157 match, I think it's going to be a great one.
As you can see, both these guys so far throughout it in dual matches. Dylan Evans is 2-2, Makai Neal 1-3, and neither have start in conference wrestling yet, but today marks a turning point for the Terps to try and upset a ranked opponent, their first ranked opponent they faced this season.
If you're a Pittsburgh Panther fan, welcome back to the lineup, Dylan Evans. He missed the last 2 matches against Lehigh and Bucknell. He's a guy who is a natural 165, wanted to come in as a 157 this year, James, just didn't make the weight. Now he has, that's why he's here at 57.
Makai Neal looking for a shot early, trying to keep Dylan Evans in bounds. You can see Evans just trying to hop away. Look at the strength of Neal. A lot of strength it takes to bring another guy your size back to the center of the mat when he does not want to be returned.
I know who I'd want as a tug-of-war partner, James.
And so look, you can see Evans trying to get away. Makai Neal. Now both of them sort of in a neutral position again. But Neal had an opportunity there to get a takedown.
You hear the Maryland bench calling for it. They wanted it there.
So Ryan, you mentioned, looks like they'll put him back in neutral position, which is very controversial because Makai Neal seemed to nearly be in control there, and Evans wasn't outside the center circle. So needless to say, they're back in the center of the mat. Strong start from Makai Neal, and Coach Clemson talked about him, called him uber talented, not performing to his level yet, and really said he needs to get engaged mentally and that he has been challenged in practice and elsewhere, and that they believe in this guy. Ryan, I want to go back to something you said earlier because you were exactly right. So the reason that Dylan Evans wasn't in the lineup is because of the NCAA descent rule. When you go down to from 165 to 157, you have to give it a good amount of time before you can drop that weight so you don't drop it all at once. So it's a health thing, and it's great for Evans to see him back on the mat today.
It is, yeah. Someone who Coach Gavin has been so committed to with this Pittsburgh program, and I think you're exactly right with the commitment that Maryland's shown in Makai Neal, right? There's no more Ethan Miller transferring from Maryland to Virginia Tech, as arguably Maryland's best wrestler a season ago. Younger brother Cal's still here, but Ethan makes that jump into the ACC where Pittsburgh is. So now it's Neal making a 5th consecutive dual start to begin the season.
And not only that, too, Miller was 20-0 at one point in the season, but that's the first takedown for Evans in this 157 class. Able to get back to his feet quickly and get awarded a point as Neal. And now let's see if Neal has the stamina to try and turn this match in his favor. In this first period, just about a little over 3/4 of a minute left. Look at the position that Evans has him in, gripping at that right elbow of Neal so he can't even try and shoot. May not look like it, but Evans is in full control here. So Neal just gripping at anything he can, got around the torso of Evans to try and keep himself alive, but now it looks like some near fall points possibly. Nothing yet from the ref. Still in sort of a neutral position. So Neal looking to grip away, and he'll get turned on his stomach, and that'll be another takedown for Cade Brown and Pitt. So to cap off that first period of our 157 bout, 2 strong takedowns from Cade Brown. Neal almost looked like he was going to get one at first, but you can see Evans on those 2 takedowns. Cade Brown earlier from Pitt as well showed up for his squad at the right time. Another escape point there awarded to Neal. See what he can do. He's going to have to go all aggressive here now. He has time, though. Time is working in his favor. No riding time points on the line. Look at the aggression coming out from Evans. He has brought so much energy in this second period. Nothing yet. Now 3 points awarded. Another takedown for Evans. Evans has 2 major decisions on the year and a pin. Now, Evans giving Neal a taste of his own medicine, saying, I'm going to drag you back into the center of the mat and see if they both, Ryan, you might want to change your tug-of-war partner after this. We'll see what Evans can do. Kind of just got him on the center of that outside circle. Neither one of these wrestlers wants to stay within the 40 feet. And that'll be set back into the middle as both these guys come out there. Clemson trying to teach his younger guy, Neal, sophomore, obviously, out of Calvert County. His only dual win of the season was by forfeit versus Morgan State. And so he's competed, though. And coach at one point called him the best private school kid in the state. So glad that he stayed within Maryland and chose his home school to bring his talents to. And still a young guy, a lot of potential, a lot of up room for him.
Exactly, James.
Look at them just staying in that neutral position up top, gripping at the arms. One of them just looking to shoot. Doesn't look like either one can drop their level. And quick level drop there from Evans, but not going to lead to anything. Looks like he might turn this into a takedown. But look at Evans, though, trying to keep that left foot outside.
Dragging him back in, James. I mean, like you said earlier, the strength needed to do that is really tough.
Another takedown from Evans now, and not a good position for Neal to be in. You'd be giving up a major here, but I think Evans wants at least a tech fall, and he thinks he can get that. So second period capped off at our 157 bout. And now we have one more minute, 2 more minutes for Neal to try and turn this in his favor, but he is gassed, and I think both wrestlers are, but Dylan Evans with that lead is kind of giving him the momentum to keep going. Neal starting on top here. Evans going to the floor. Neal might just let him escape. I don't know if I was letting him escape. Evans really putting a good effort. You can see Neal is just gassed, though. It's not so much the experience that's the problem. It's just how strong Evans is. And the attacks, his approach.
I think that's important to note too, James, is Evans, even with that move down to the 157 weight class, a lot of these guys, when they move down, they lose a little bit of their strength, taking that weight off and really focus on making weight, but he does not look like he's lost any of that strength he had at that 165 mark.
No, and I think you're right. I think he sits more comfortably at that 57 mark, and that's part of the reason why he feels like he has more energy, too. A lot more loose, not as tight, not as strong, and so Neal wasn't aware of Evans' caliber, and just about a minute left in this third period of our 5th bout of the day. Take a little halftime break. So now another shot from Evans. Looking to get 3 more points. Nothing awarded yet, but it looks like he's going to get 3 there. A big takedown for Evans as he earns the tech fall over Maryland's Makai Neal.
Evans turns to his bench. The Pittsburgh side goes, "I'm back, baby." And that's what he does against Makai Neal. A big win. First win by tech fall. We'll see today.
Most definitely back is Dylan Evans, and we will be back with our next round of bounce after the break. So, as you can see, Maryland is trying to fight for a comeback after 5 in College Park as the Pittsburgh Panthers are in certain dominance over the Maryland Terrapins. 15-3, guys. What did we see so far through those first 5?
I'll start at 125 with Tyler Chappell having the first of now 2 Pittsburgh bouts that were won with bonus points. This one's a major decision over Abram Klein. Gets things started on the right foot for Panthers team up by 12.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note, too, for that 133 max, Braxton Brown. He gets that 4-1 decision, making it 4-3 Pitt, but that one was a hard-fought fight.
And you go over to 141. It's good on good. Briar Priest wins in overtime, a sudden victory win over Dario Lemus. Lemus at 26, so this is an upset for Priest here on the road. Again, this is just good on good, guys. You see the reaction when it looked like Lemus got a reversal. Quick challenge from Gavin. It ends up just being an escape and a win for Priest.
And you see Cade Brown there getting that win over Ryan Kennedy. Kind of expected, but good to see from Ryan Kennedy in his first dual debut here at Maryland as a freshman. You know, keeping it close, keeping it valid, but Cade Brown takes the win there.
And then you go to 157, where this one was all Dylan Evans. Moving down from 165, Evans has the tech ball win, 15 points over Nealon. And this was just all Evans so far. A guy who missed the last 2 bouts. You couldn't tell with what Evans did right before intermission.
Thanks, guys. So after that 5, what's up next? We got Jared Keslar and Alex Urinak.
Yeah, I think it's super important to note Alex Urinak getting ready to go here. It's going to be a good match for him and Keslar. Looking forward to that one.
We're inching our way up to 197, which we thought would be the marquee matchup. And it starts right here with Keslar versus Urinak. This is the one where I think it's a good spot for Urinak. Again, someone going against Keslar who has a lot of great experience in what we've seen so far early in the season. I think Urinak has a chance to put Maryland on the right foot out of the break.
Yeah, certainly. And I think that Keslar, he's coming back off those back-to-back matches versus ranked opponents. Not to say that Urinak isn't to that level, but giving him some time to kind of recoup and get his things back together.
As for Keslar here, coming off back-to-back matches versus ranked opponents at both Lehigh and Bucknell, Alex Urinak is not ranked. So he's got a big task ahead of him. We expected to see either him or A.J. Rodriguez. A.J. Rodriguez out of Mount Airy, Maryland. As for Urinak,
Again, guys. Set.
here's a New Jersey native sophomore for his squad. Actually saw most of the reps at 65 last season. And here's Urinak. I mean, Keslar goes to the mats, but Urinak with some strong defense.
Stalemate. Work through that, guys.
Quick stalemate here. Just about 20 seconds into the first match after intermission. If you're joining us on Big Ten Plus, I'd like to thank you. Obviously, Pittsburgh has an early lead versus the Terps, and it's a dominant one. Maryland is fighting from behind. A redshirt junior in Keslar versus a true sophomore in Urinak, and he's got a big task ahead of him. He had some struggles last year facing some ranked opponents. Kessler's not ranked, but he's faced off against some tough opponents. He's given 2 major decisions and taken 2 for himself so far this season, as 1 and 3 versus ranked opponents. A big win and sudden victory to start off the season versus Navy's number 28, Dylan Elmore. So a strong place. And 3rd place at the Navy Classic was Keslar in his weight class at 65. Urinak just battling on the outside of the mats.
Work center.
Hear the referee telling him to try and get back to the center of the mat.
Stalemate. Work through that.
Another stalemate, back to neutral. So now Maryland, I mean, it's notched at donut apiece in this 65 matchup, but Maryland's going to have to gain some ground to do it quickly. Asking Urinak to take down Keslar as Keslar, perfect timing on that one, gets his first 3. And doesn't look like Kessler's interlocking fingers or anything like that, but it's wrapped up the torso of Urinak.
Work the score here. Work the score here.
Second time in this first period, James, that referee just saying, look to score. Try to get into the middle and earn point opportunities. Both Keslar and Urinak slow out of the intermission.
And now looking to turn and get the pin here, maybe. Some near fall.
Got 2.
Urinak trying to avoid a pin here, but able to get 2 is Keslar. Work to 5. And Keslar's just tacking on riding time now, too, near a minute. Just a quarter left in our first round of this first bout back from intermission.
Right there, you can see just eclipse that riding time, getting him that extra point at the end if it comes down to it.
Here's Urinak trying to sprawl out, just do whatever he can, but can't gain ground. And that will cap off this first period of action at 65. Back from the intermission, now both these guys set back to the Maryland M in the center of the ring, and
Green's down.
Alex just
Second
looking
period,
to
guys. No stall warnings.
stay alive in this one and not give up any bonus points. This is definitely one of the tougher wrestlers he's faced so far this season.
Top, cover legal.
Urinak has only competed in 1 duel so far this season versus GW's Nathan McCartney. Not GW, excuse me, that's Gardner Webb when they went down south to Carolinas to take on in Yorktown. So this is his second duel, and at the Patriot Open, and 2 wins and 2 losses, 1 by pin, 1 by tech fall. He wasn't able to get himself in that top 5 position like some of his counterparts, but Urinak just looking to build this season. Had a big task in front of him last season, being their main guy at that 65 spot. And
Buck the cylinder, guys went out.
with the injury of John Martin Best,
Stay in battle. Battle in here. Battle in here.
again, it's
Work center, guys.
back to the center.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier how Clemson last year going to some freshmen. Urinak being a good example of that. Him and classmate Branson John both burned the red shirt that first year because of how much they were needed in the lineup. Now Urinak tries to use that into a second season starting for Maryland.
I think something that's important to know, too, that Coach Clemson likes to iterate on is player development. He is really focused on that for his guys. Every time we talk to him, he's always talking about moving those players to the next level and getting them as best as they can to do as well as they can. So, you know, in the days of NIL and the transporter, it's great to see a coach that's focused on getting his players developed and doing better.
So now just still in neutral here, both these guys. Keslar has the advantage in terms of riding time, but he's going to need at least another takedown to get into bonus territory. He could wait it out to the 3rd period and choose to work that out on top or bottom position. And it looks like this one might be awarded 3, but Urinak able to get out.
Okay, it's action, guys. Nope.
And so no stall called there. No takedown awarded.
Could hear from the Pittsburgh bench over there near the end with that potential takedown. They really wanted it. Looking like he was in position, but not awarded by the referee.
And so here is Alex Urinak. Seconds left in our second period. Capped off there. And you can see big takedown there.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this matchup so far that's kind of been the tale of the game. Is that Keslar kind of gets his takedown and keeps working him, and unfortunately Urinak hasn't been able to get free to shoot back. So we'll see if he can get free right here and maybe take a couple shots back.
Stay set. Cover legal.
All right,
Optional
so
start. Go.
Hey guys, to me, I'm looking at this bout so far through 2 periods. It feels like a lot like Tyler Chappell versus Abram Klein in our 125 opening bout. Chappell for Pittsburgh, the aggressor, couple takedowns and a lot of riding time, keeps it all Panther favor. And that's what we're seeing right now with Keslar.
And so you see Keslar trying to work the back of Urinak. Maybe going to get 3 here. If he can take him to the ground, but you can see both their arms are interlocked, not awarding any sort of points.
Watch the leg. Keep it legal. Still neutral.
Nothing yet for Keslar. Maybe a reversal there from Urinak. He tried, but no takedown, so no reversal. No advantageous position for either wrestler at this point.
Still mate.
And so they'll head back to the center of the ring with just over a minute left in this third period of our
Giving plenty of opportunity.
first bout back.
That's it. Work the score. Well,
Good single leg. Got to get behind.
Good split defense out from Keslar, too.
Yeah, you see that, and you see Urinak's head just in absolutely worst position possible. But if he can turn the corner and get the back, so that's Keslar. Urinak maybe getting some momentum. I know he's gassed. He's got 45 seconds left, but
well, not necessarily.
he's going to need a lot to turn this one around. That would have been his window.
Battle here, battle here.
And looks like
On it. Ref finally awards it as they get over there to the out of bounds. Dangerous position over there for him.
And so now we're in major decision territory with 14 seconds remaining and the riding time in advantageous position towards Keslar. Not what Urinak was looking for to finish this one off, and the Maryland bench is quiet.
Yeah, even with the escape, guys, the riding time has been secured for Keslar. So this one looks all but likely to be, or just looks very likely to be, a major decision for Keslar.
So, but turning the corner, here's Urinak. A reversal, looking for the pin. He's got 4 seconds. Can he get the back? Couple of points there. Looks like they're going to award 4 to Urinak, and he's striked, and it was a good timing, but
Not so fast. I was going to say, keeping this one into a regular decision, it's still going to be a loss for Urinak. But again, you're trying to look at little things in a match where you're down by 15 points. This is going to fight within the last 30 seconds you want to see from your wrestlers.
I mean, just amazing win there. Even if they can't get it done, they need to be able to do that. That takes us to this 174 matchup. Captain on captain. Martin, what do we got in store?
This is all about experience, right? It's Luca Augustine for Pittsburgh, Dom Solis for Maryland. This is the first time that Maryland fans can see their captain Solis wrestling in a singlet. He redshirted all of last season.
And so not only that, guys, but these two are familiar. Dom and Luca are 1-1 in college career all time. They've each shaken one, and Dom's win back in 2018 was one that really secured. It was actually 22, excuse me. It was in 22 where that helped Maryland. That was the deciding match. So let's see, this one has just as much at stake for both captains. And time to show, what better time to show some leadership than here in a duel match. One of them trying to split the score and get an advantage on the other in terms of all-time matchups.
Yeah, this is one of those bouts, James, that you just tell everyone on your bench, all right, look at how our guy does it. Look at how our guy goes experience versus experience, Big Ten versus ACC. These guys want to make a statement to some of their younger wrestlers on the bench as well to show what consistency and effort looks like on the mat.
Not only that, too, Dom Solis, in terms of bonus points, you know we've talked about that all day, has not given up any at all this season. So for the Maryland native, guy out of McDonough School, always been strong, always known that if he was given that offer to Maryland, it was a deadlock for him. And so now, can he prove? Obviously, like you mentioned, Ryan has been out a good amount of time during his college tenure. Didn't get to wrestle all that much last year, but he loves to be on the mats, and he loves being at home to represent his school. As for Augustine, he's 3-3 on the season, dual record 3-3 as well. Had a tough season, first-ranked opponents. Solis doesn't come in ranked, but he's 0-3 is Augustine versus ranked opponents. He's faced top 5, top 2, and top 7. I think that's a tough start to the season.
A tough start to the season. I mean, you're just getting going again, and you got to face 3 ranked opponents, 2 top 5, opponents, and that's going to be really tough getting into the season.
Not only that, too, but we talked to Coach Keith Gavin. He had a lot to say about one of his captains, but both these guys going back and forth, bringing the energy and emotion. And also, something to be noted about is they do have returners, but only 1 senior in their lineup for this pit squad, so it's not all just young vets, and looks like we're going to take some blood time as the eye of Dom Solis is gashed. He's a warrior out here on the mat, and That's a tough scene for him, but doesn't look like that's going to stop him from getting back out there.
Yeah, I mean, that warrior mentality for Maryland, we can go and point out that he's been a captain before, both in the 2020-2023 season and the 23-24. We're going to take a look to see what got that gash there.
Yes, it was just before that. You start to see the blood already coming out, and the referee noticed it. Good there, but that's not stopping this match from going. These guys, you know, they want to go to battle. And so, also, what Coach Keith Gavin mentioned yesterday from Pitt was he just likes the leadership from his captains. He got the first one at 174, as well as his guys Mack and Dayton at the higher weight classes. So we're going to be seeing a lot from them too. We see Mack Stout at 97 and Dayton at the heavyweight 285. So excited to see what's in store. Now they're going to tape a headband around Dom Solis' head, says it's time to get to work.
That is insane to see, just getting him wrapped up, getting him back out there. I mean, these guys both previous NCAA qualifiers and respective ACC and Big Ten finishers in some respect of the words. So seeing that warrior mentality, seeing them get out here, it's great to see.
That's what I was saying right when this duel opened up. You want the guys on your bench to have all eyes glued. This is your captain going up against another captain. You mentioned their distinguished careers so far. And this is Solis putting everything he has into it.
Certainly.
Coach Clemson was never worried about overall performance, but he wants his guys to represent the red and black well. And so far today, put in some valiant efforts, but it's got to be a leader in Solis to seal that effort and provided this home crowd in the opener, as that'll be the end of our first period of the 174 weight.
Going down. Down. Period number 2.
Now Solis will have the choice.
Get to your feet.
And he'll go down.
Stay offensive. Work the score, okay? Stay set. Cover legal.
As we look at Solis here with that headband, I'm just reminded that talking to Coach Clemson, he's calling these a fist fight. He said that he loves to tell these guys and treat these guys that this isn't a battle, this isn't a war, this is a fist fight. You know, get down, get dirty, and get in there. And seeing that, you know, sometimes in a fist fight you might take a punch or bruise with some blood, but, you know, you still keep fighting.
And going off that, too, he mentioned that's the difference between when Maryland sees itself as competitive versus uncompetitive. Competitiveness is a willingness and understanding that it's going to be a fist fight. That's what Solis does every time he gets to the mat.
The escape point there from Solis, and now trying to get back into the ring is the Maryland wrestler. He's just outside the mat, but he wants to stay in the middle so he doesn't have to go back down to the floor.
Let's go to the middle, guys.
They're just going to say go to the middle. Not a lot of action happening on the outside, more so just Solis trying to avoid taking it out. Now they'll start in neutral position.
I wasn't going to bang him there. He never really.
Yes, these two well-respected guys getting the mat. You know, we're talking about their resumes and the history that they have. You can feel a little bit of change in the crowd. You know, they're paying attention a little closer. They're getting more excited. So I'll be excited to see what happens when action gets going.
So this one might not hold true to the same standard, but for Dom Solis, 3 of his 4 dual wins have been by major decision. So this isn't the same familiar territory he's used to, but he is familiar with this opponent. Let's see what he can do. And now outside again is Augustine driving Solis.
Slipping and sliding the whole way out there.
Work the score. Work the score. Set.
So here's Augustine. A shot, double leg on Solis. 3 takedown. Big there for Augustine.
Quality from the Pittsburgh Panther.
Nope, not in criteria there.
You hear the refs say there, Augustine looking for those near fall points, but unfortunately not in criteria for him.
Guys.
Solis has to get up here, though. He's got 20 seconds to go. That won't give the advantage of riding time to Augustine, but it'll put it really close if he can stay on top. Three seconds left in the second period of 174. So a big takedown from Augustine caps off that second round. Now headed into the third.
Yeah, just a quality double leg shot. Was hand fighting for a second with Solis. Got the hands around, then pushed through the legs to get him onto the ground for the takedown.
Strength it takes to get him up on your shoulder. Not a true fireman carry, but get him up there and then return that to the mat. You know, that shows that Augustine is coming in strong.
And so Solis can't hold the advantageous position, but instead now he's going to try and shoot. Solis has to at this point. He's in a really tough spot now. Look at the movement from Augustine. A lot of effort, a lot of energy for a guy that's 174.
I was about to say, it's great to see that agility, that movement. I know we talked about it earlier with the lighter weight classes, but even after intermission, being able to see a little bit of movement and aggressiveness, that agility, it means a lot that these wrestlers have done a lot of work to be able to get there.
And for Solis, a wrestler who hadn't had to make weight for 18 months, Coach Clemson was telling us, he had to make weight at the beginning of the season, which was an adjustment period for him to get back. But he didn't lose any of that agility, didn't lose any of that speed as he worked more full feed during that redshirt year.
See a leg hook there from Augustine to get himself 3 more points. What a nifty move there from the redshirt senior. Now Solis struggling to stay alive here. I think it's injury time, maybe blood time, because that blood is just seeping out.
I was going to say, I think that blood tape is even going through it.
Solis going to try and rip that tape off.
And I mean, you talked about it a little bit earlier, James, but Solis hasn't given up any bonus points yet this season in duels. 4-0 in duels on the season, 7-3 in general. I think that he's really going to fight here to try not to give up those bonus points. As we see there, they're rewrapping that gash. I'll be curious to see what happens here.
And one thing, too, is, James, these wrestlers have already matched up twice so far. It's been 1 win for Luca Augustine, 1 for Dom Solis. So they've had, their long careers, both as senior captains for Pittsburgh with Augustine, Maryland for Solis, now matching up for a 3rd time. And there's nothing that's going to take Solis off this mat until this one's over in about 68 seconds.
They've traded battles back and forth, that's for sure, Ryan. And I know Coach Clemson doesn't like to say they're going to war, but I will call Dom Solis a warrior for just continuing to fight with that gashed eye. It's tough, and now in the 3rd period, he doesn't want to give up. He knows he can win this match.
That's all.
Good work there from Solis.
You can see a little bit. You talk about with that gash, too, the taping and the gauze that they put over it, it starts to get down into his eye, and it starts to affect his visibility. Obviously, visibility is very important during wrestling, but especially when you need some takedown points, sometimes it can be hard to see where your opponent's giving you that position, especially if you got one eye covered.
So another shot from Solis. Great defense from Augustine. Out of there. Looks like maybe stall warning.
They are going to award the point there for stalling.
Doesn't look like Solis was intending to do that. He did look like he was in attacking position, but that's all they saw because he was trying to get outside the center circle. And so now, back to his feet is Dom. Solis with a takedown. He's in control. He's got 20 seconds left to prove. Sent outside the circle. They'll go back to neutral with just over 10 seconds.
Still no time, riding time here. A takedown, an escape, and a takedown could really be big here.
15 seconds, guys.
That's exactly right. Both wrestlers just catching their breath, trying to figure out exactly the timing on that. 8-5. Now this is where it gets tough, because if Augustine gets away and escapes quickly, he gets that point. And then Dom, a takedown won't be enough, unfortunately, and he can't secure riding time, so he's going to have to go for a pin or some near fall and a takedown. It's going to be a tough task for the vet.
Just going to say that with 16 seconds left, you can't let him get the escape. Gotta try to go for near fall points, which won't happen.
It's tough. Can he shoot? Can Solis shoot? Oh. Almost got the back leg of Augustine, but that's going to be all this 3rd bout. Wrote for us at 174. The 3rd period is over as Solis and Augustine put on a valiant effort. Solis late, but Augustine comes away the winner and gives Pitt the 21-3 win in this duel.
The Terps dominated the throwdown on Yorktown. Stars from South Carolina wins over Gardner and the Citadel. Maryland's balanced attack defeated major decisions from Dr. Solis and Urinak. Technical falls, Lemus and Branson John, and Kranitz from Jackson Smith and Braxton Brown. They followed that with a 39-7 win over Morgan State, highlighted by wins from Lemus and Wood and major decisions from Rodriguez and John. Most recently, Maryland rose to the 27-9 victory, powered by standout performances from Brown and Neal. taking on all cylinders this season.
Back here after 7 in College Park, as a lot of these wrestlers have familiar territory from Pitt and facing another opponent from the Panthers, but what about one that used to play for him?
Yeah, how about Cole Matthews, who's now an assistant coach for Maryland, but a former All-American wrestler at Pitt. Only graduated just a few years ago. Was tremendous at wrestling up to the 2024 season, and Jacob, that means he was here as well for Coach Gavin with Pitt.
It's funny enough that you say that. He was actually there for Coach Gavin's first season in 2017, but not only that, he was Coach Keith Gavin's first commit as a Pitt coach. I feel like that relationship there is a little big. We haven't seen them talk to each other yet, but definitely expect some formalities after the match.
Maybe depending on the outcome, we might see a handshake from both those guys after the match, but I don't think it's friendly ties before. But all that said, we're at our 184 match, and so let's talk a little bit about Chase Kranitz and Seth Digby so far.
How about Seth Digby, the Lake Bluff, Illinois' introduction to the Maryland home faithful, the freshman who started all season long at 184. He'll now be back in the starting lineup for the home opener.
And for Chase Kranitz, 3-3 start this season, dual wins over Navy, Buffalo, and Bucknell. Broke out last year in his first season, 9-9, including 3-2 at the Midlands, 2-1 at the Journeyman. So we'll be excited to see what he does here.
Kranitz is not a guy that you can underestimate, and I think this is the best opportunity for Maryland so far today. And having a fresh guy in Digby is, like you mentioned, his first collegiate dual win and sudden victory at American last Friday. And when we talked to head coach Clemson, he was ecstatic to talk about that memory, and just good for his true freshman to get those early minutes.
And I know we've talked about it earlier today, but like I was saying earlier, Coach Clemson loves the development with his players. So getting Seth Digby, getting him some time, he said over, he told us that, throwing him right in the fire, trial by fire, is a great way for these guys to learn. So seeing Digby in there getting some time is great.
Got to get engaged too as Digby. Got to stay within arm's reach of Kranitz. And it looks like Kranitz is going to shoot here. He's got the takedown. And now he's going to start riding time. Our third match back from the intermission.
Pretty high percentage.
See Kranitz just dominating that riding time. Digby trying to get up, but just unable to do so right now.
Yeah, it's in a tough position. Look how widespread Kranitz is. It's not like Digby has a lot of move, a lot of places to go. He's really going to have to choose effectively. This is probably his best position he's been in, and now he can hobble to outside of the mat or try and sprawl out of this. Getting those arms free was big for Digby. You see Kranitz just touching the left hand of Digby. That's the control. It's always insane that the wrestler's looking back to a coach's nod of approval to see what I should do next while they're on top. Right, so out of the center there, but a little over a minute of riding time added to Kranitz so far. And so for the redshirt junior, a lot more experience than Digby, that's for sure, at least collegiately.
Cover legal top.
And Digby also, something we got to note, guys, is he moved up from 74 to this 84 spot this season. Usually at that 84 spot is Maryland's Jackson Smith, who was top 5 before he went down.
Yeah, it's so difficult to be in the Big Ten competing, whether it's non-conference play or in the Premier Wrestling Conference. It's tough enough as a freshman to get acclimated, Jacob, but to do so by going up a weight class as a true freshman is a real sign of the maturity and expectations that Maryland has for Digby.
Yeah, and you see a takedown there by Kranitz, but for Digby, I think it's super important that even when, the people before him are out with injury, and he's willing to step up and put himself in there. As a freshman, I think that it takes a lot of gall to be able to do that.
Actually awarded near fall points on that last outing for Kranitz, and now got control, has 2 minutes of riding time, plus that's going to become substantial for Digby to have to fight out of as this first period comes to a close here in College Park at the 184 weight class. Maryland has a lot of battling back to do. As you can see, the overall team score is 21-3. Only one bout won, and that was Braxton Brown.
Still working, guys.
Only by decision, too. He tried to fight earlier, Brown, at the 33 spot to get any sort of bonus, but it was a good battle back and forth. Look at Digby's energy, just trying to bring Kranitz to the floor. Escape point there for Kranitz. See if we'll see a shot from Digby. Looked like he was trying to be the aggressor, so just gassed as well. It's tough moving up 10 pounds and trying to take on guys that have been wrestling at that for most of their time. Especially over a guy that, you know, has had a tough season so far in Kranitz. As for Digby, all 3 of his losses this season have come by decision, so he's competitive in every bout. Right now, that would nearly hold true, except for that riding time. But that's what the third period is for, too, if he can get an escape or a reversal. Right now, though, he is not in control as Kranitz goes for another leg shot.
Neutral.
Still in neutral. Digby doing a good job. See the arm up from Digby. That's most of his strength right now, but he lost that. And so now that's going to be another takedown for Chase Kranitz. And so now, if things stay the way they are, it'd be 11-point victory for Kranitz, and that would give major decision territory, but Kranitz is not finished yet. These guys will go back to the center. As Digby, just like we talked about, guys, it's a lot of factors at play here. Not only is he a freshman, but this is one of his first times wrestling at 84. He's had to take that jump, and he took it abruptly as well with Jackson Smith replacement.
Yeah, I mean, I think that versatility, especially from a freshman, being able to wrestle at both 174 and 184, depending on where the team needs you, that's super important. And even if he doesn't get the result he wants here, being able to have that versatility for your team and at least get out there is really important.
Also that on top, when we talked to head coach Clemson, he said the red shirt was likely gone because of Digby stepping up when his team needed him to replace Smith. And so now that'll be the end of that second period of our 184 weight bout.
It's been all Kranitz so far. You can see this takedown here. Gets him down, has him in good position, able to get slide the leg and get behind.
Yeah, and for Digby, again, just as you mentioned at the end there, James, someone who will probably burn the red shirt, which you can look at it with the silver lining of potentially using it when you get deeper into your collegiate career. We've seen that with Maryland's Dom Solis. We've seen it with Cal Miller this year, who will be redshirting after putting in so much for this Maryland program. Digby looks to do the same after Jackson Smith, again, a top 5 wrestler in this class of 184. He's out for, it's all about Christmas, it was Clemson who was telling us.
And so Maryland won't actually wrestle for a while after this, as both these guys going back and forth.
Looks like Kranitz going to go running for that tech fall now. Lets him get back up for the escape point, but he's going to be aggressive here.
An 11-point lead for Kranitz, and counting the riding time, which is pretty much secured. And another takedown from Kranitz. It'll be 14 points lead, but the riding time doesn't count yet, so it's not a tech fall. So only a 4-point win this one would be for Pitt, but would actually put Maryland out of arm's reach.
If he can get the tech fall here, that'll be his first tech fall win of the season, which is big for Kranitz, you know, moving forward with the rest of his season.
Maryland would need some pin action from its next couple of wrestlers, including Digby, to stay alive in this contest. 18 points to tie. Right now, a big lead. Only thing that would really win this match for Digby would be a pin on Kranitz. Just the amount of effort exerted here on the mats today from both squads. Obviously, Maryland's home opener. They want to come away with this, but Pitt has been on a roll recently, already upset last week versus Lehigh. Got a win on the weekend versus Bucknell.
I think something that's important to note, too, for this Pitt team is that this isn't their first time facing Big Ten opponents this season. They've already went to Iowa. And results not what they wanted, but just being able to face a great opponent in Iowa, likely going to be a top-ranked team this season, that adds a bit of value.
Digby still showing energy. This one's not over yet. If he can turn the shoulders of Kranitz to get a pin, 10 seconds, looking unlikely for Digby, and both these wrestlers are nearly outside the mats. Looks like they won't go back to their feet. Nobody's really out here. Called it out with a second remaining. I'm sure they'll go with 1 second left on the clock. These two will go back in, even though, for what it's worth, I think both of them are pretty much calling this one. As now that'll be a tech fall. It was a 1 point awarded, not 1 second left on the clock. So the result will be awarded to Kranitz. 5 points tacked on to Pitt's score. We'll give them 26. As Digby, the freshman out of Illinois, tried to give his best effort, but now one of the matches we have been coveting all day, guys. Woo! This afternoon, what can we expect?
Here it is. It's a top 15 battle between Pittsburgh's Max Stout and Maryland's Branson John. This was circled all afternoon. Jake, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, Branson John still hasn't taken a dual loss yet this season. He's going to be fighting out here really hard. Something that Coach Clemson told us previous in this week was that both of these guys he feels like are a little bit underranked for where they are, and he said it's going to be a good match, but he believes in Branson.
This could easily be a top 10 battle between John and Stout.
Whew.
And one of these guys will be definitely taking a jump in rankings if they can get a win. As for Branson John, you said undefeated in dual wins. This guy's undefeated regardless of dual wins, open contests, tournaments, everything. John has been absolutely the jump we saw, guys, from freshman to sophomore. His campaign this year has proven that he's one of the best guys on this team.
And I mean, that just lives up to the Coach Clemson philosophy there, that developing these guys early in their careers and maybe taking a few falls can really bring them back strong.
I know it's tough for John because seeing your team down, 20-3. It's a substantial loss, but he's just going to have to keep his energy up and realize that this win not only represents Maryland well, but can allow him to represent himself well and prove to be one of the top guys in the country.
For John, too, just a wrestler who's built up so much muscle. Came in as a 174 a season ago, competed at 184, but now up to 197 in a place that's been all his so far this season. A lot of movement around. This is where they had Chase Milnick wrestle last year. He graduates, so now it's John who goes up. And again, you see that 11-0 record that he's had so far to begin this season.
And in that 11-0, important to note, he already owns 2 ranked wins over number 29 Gavin Nelson from Minnesota and number 27 Rune Lawrence from WVU. So really important to note that this isn't his first time against a ranked opponent this season, and he's going to go for it.
Oh, and John, needs it here. Obviously, like you guys mentioned, Max Stout is not undefeated on the season, coming off that loss to an unranked opponent, sudden victory. As for John, big impression coming here in his freshman campaign with the NCAA qualifier. And upset a couple of different guys last year. Branson John's looking for the takedown on Max Stout. Look at the energy from John. He's going to be awarded a takedown. That's 3 points, but he's looking for more.
You can see there he was looking for that near fall. Max Stout, really great defense to make sure that he doesn't get the criterion for it. So really tough fight by Max Stout.
And you see as well from that last play too, Stout able to get his foot on the wood outside of the mat. So if you get one of those feet on the wood, you have to be sent back to the middle of the ring. So strong effort from Stout, but even better from Branson John. How about that, too? I mean, we talked about it, too, just representing your school well. This should be the first match for Jim Smith to be in attendance for. The Terps, obviously, new athletic director, and now 1 point awarded there for Stout, the escape. But now John looking to get right back to it.
Short time.
What an introduction for John into the home crowd this season. He's going up against the reigning NCAA All-American and Stout. So far, he's got the lead after the first period, takes that takedown. Looks like this.
Second period, guys. Good action, both wrestlers.
Just working on the left leg of Stout. Again, having his way right toward the outside of the circle, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, I think that takedown there, like I said, Stout is working hard to make sure he doesn't take those near fall, but that takedown, it takes a lot of strength to be able to do that.
And I think I'd have to argue, too, the refs have to be on it for this one, too, because these takedowns are going to be unorthodox. They're going to be quick, right? They're going to be, once a guy gets a takedown, they're going to try and get out of that position as soon as possible. And so the refs really have to be sharp for this bout in particular. As we see a shot from Stout. Max Stout looking to get An advantage position on Branson John. Hasn't gotten the takedown yet. Stout and John battling back and forth. Coaching cover from Maryland side. Energy from John.
No, don't take it out. Don't take it out. I don't like that. We're gonna go neutral.
In this one, I think they called.
Potentially dangerous there with that left arm. It was kind of pulled back quite a bit, so tells him to get up and get it neutral.
Good for John there, able to get back to his feet, but now he has to get right back to it.
It came up last night. It was fresh.
No riding time awarded yet. Both these wrestlers looking to engage, though. Branson John is not stepping down.
Max Stout, he was a #1 overall seed at 197. He can't step down to anybody, especially Max Stout.
See the grip from Stout there on that back leg of John. John looking to reciprocate that. Grabbing the leg of Stout. Now nothing here. Coaching coming from both sides, trying to tell their wrestlers to get in a good position. They're both in a tough position, but John lets Stout get away there. This second period bringing energy.
You can tell that this match is not only important to both wrestlers, but both teams, benches, coaches are really getting into it, really getting animated.
Here's John.
Exactly.
Just over 15 seconds left in this, as Stout will get a takedown to cap off the second.
Great takedown, great movement there, even in from that little bit of a non-advantageous position, but being able to move behind to take it there.
Now if you're John, you can't give up a shoulder here.
Ooh.
Doesn't look like anything was awarded there. John was able to stay alive. That'll keep this thing tied and even keeled at 4.
I mean, amazing ability there for John to escape. We're going to see the takedown here, but just that ability from after the fact with that takedown to be able to escape those near fall points is absolutely insane.
Yeah, John causing just one swipe there, so no near fall points awarded. But fellas, we had this circled as the marquee matchup this afternoon, and through the first 5 minutes, it's been just that at 197.
It's living up to it, Shirley Ryan.
Yeah.
So now we see Stout at the bottom. Now John, is he going to let him get away, or is he going to try and get riding time? That gets him away, but now Stout has the advantage, and he only got 2 minutes left to prove. Now John, but Stout going right back to it. Hooks the single. You see him looking to get an advantage. Dominant position here from Stout. If he can hook that other leg of John, no takedown yet. Looking for 3. There's 3, but now John needs to get up. He's going to have to keep those knees out. Try and see if he can get him under.
With that, the riding time's going to swing.
Here we go.
John now. There's 3 points, though. They did 3-point takedown. Could tie things up. John has to be in attack mode there. You only got a minute. Can't really allow Stout to breathe either, because Stout's been shooting left and right. Here's John. This is a box office matchup as Stout looks for another takedown. Hasn't gotten awarded points yet. Pit side of the mats look like they want it. Branson John in a tough position. You see that right leg hooked under Stout's legs. John, does he get away? He won't get away, and that'll be another takedown for Max Stout as he is proving who the top dog is, ranked at number 11. John at 15. He said we're going to keep it that way. But there's 40 seconds for John to maybe turn the tide.
I mean, just great ability here. I'm for certain that both of these guys are gassed as we get late into the third period. So the ability to keep those takedowns coming and keep garnering those points is great.
John's going to have to shoot and do it quickly. He's only got 30 seconds. Third period almost capped off. Stout looking to engage. He likes being where he is, but he's also comfortable, right? Up 5 right now. That's a good position to be in. He's only got 15 seconds is John. Is he going to shoot? John looks tired. Stout has just been wearing him out, man. You can see just the energy and the stamina from Stout continued in the third period, even though shots have been traded back and forth. But that looks like that'll cap off our 197 bout. Branson John put up a valiant effort, but Max Stout able to stay dominant on this one.
Yeah, and I mean, having that stamina this early in the season, sometimes it can be really difficult early on to have that stamina. So seeing that stamina from Max Stout, having him get through has been great.
And so stay with us, though. We have our heavyweight matchup coming up next on Big Ten Plus. For our last bout of this afternoon on Saturday, we appreciate you for tuning in on Big Ten Plus. Guys, what do we have in store?
How about the heavyweights? It's time with Maryland's Oscar Williams and Pittsburgh's Dayton Pitzer. For Williams, Jacob, I can touch on it. a guy from Lahaina, Maui, a sophomore who's really trying to solidify himself as a heavyweight going forward.
Yeah, certainly. And you see there from Pitzer, he got his first ranked win last weekend. He's number 17. He's a captain for this team. He's really a statement wrestler for the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Continuing on Dayton, I talked to Coach Keith Gavin. He told me that he's great in the top position. He always gets his opportunity in every match that he's in, and he's looking to find that earlier versus Williams, who's got his leg hooked underneath him in a really tough position.
Wow.
Gonna be tough for Williams to get out of this, but for Williams, he's been so strong. His last 3 wins have been major decisions. So far in dual action, too, he's 2-1. He's a bonus point merchant, I would say, too, guys. 3 major decisions, 2 tech falls, 2 falls. Leads this squad, at least the starting lineup.
That's action. He shot out.
And now back to the center. So I wouldn't count Oscar Williams out. Obviously, Dayton Pitzer is ranked, and Williams hasn't had that nod yet, but it's a young sophomore from Lahaina, like you mentioned.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Oscar Williams here, or even Maryland in general, you view this as your meal ticket. You view this as your way for people to start talking about you. Oscar Williams, you're a freshman. You're starting to get a little bit of experience, but people don't really know who you are yet. Win here could be big.
How about this move here from Williams? Able to sprawl out there, just turns Pitzer on his back. That looked like he was going to gain some sort of ground there. Williams in a really weird position here. It's kind of an awkward position, that's for sure, but that'll be 3 points for Pitzer to start things off as the riding time clock is rolling. Now, as for the overall team scores, Pitt has just been dominating today. Only win there was for Maryland at 133, Braxton Brown. And our coveted matchup of the day was the 197, but I wouldn't count this one out either, guys.
Yeah, and this is such an emphatic finish, you could say, for Pittsburgh. Again, to have Stout as the number 11th ranked 197, and then have number 17th ranked Pitzer as your heavyweight. It's a good way to finish bouts for some that have been a little bit closer. If you go back to the dual match against Princeton, it was actually Pitzer who picked up a pin in the finale of that one. They end up winning that one by just a point. So when you can stack your lineup to be this competitive at the end of matches, it's only going to be good for Pittsburgh going forward. Of course, they won't need that exactly same kind of year with a 26-point lead.
Not only that, too, Ryan, but also back-to-back captains representing for Pitt, both the 197 and the heavyweight class. So really just, you want to put your school emblem on display, you put those 2 guys out there and let them go to work. Here is Williams now in poor positioning as Pitzer has over a minute and a half in riding time.
And you hear the ref right there. He's warning Oscar Williams about that stall. He's got to get some movement down there.
Looking for movement. Still, and 1 second left in the first period. I think he just kind of let it go and say, we'll set them back to position in the second period.
Second period.
Now Pitzer looks like he's going to go bottom.
Stay set. Cover legal top.
Here's Williams. He does have the top position here too. If you're Williams, you try and eat away at that riding time first to just get it less than a minute.
And you see again, Pitzer's got that leg pinned. He really loves making sure that his opponents, that they stay close to him and they can't move.
No, the flexibility of Williams at this heavyweight weight class definitely is notable. Just look at that leg locked in on Pitzer. Williams looking to get in a better position. He was literally in the air for a second there.
I mean, it's amazing to see that these big guys are just able to continue to stay agile and keep that movement going. You know, sometimes you can see it feels like a stand-up heavyweight boxing match, but this one, they'd still feel pretty agile.
And there's a reversal there from Pitzer. Going to give him 2. Our last match of the day, and now riding time is getting back to where it was. Pitzer on top of Williams.
Improve. 1, 2, 3.
And now we'll see some near fall points ticking down. That's 4. Pitzer looking for the pin on Williams, though. If he can get that right shoulder down, that'll call it for this one.
Oh, my.
He'll be our top earner of the day. If he can get both those shoulders down, that'll be a pin. Pitzer gets the pin for the Pittsburgh Panthers to cap off our weight bouts for the day. And Maryland lost this one in dominant fashion at home for their home opener. Big dual win for traveling Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, Pitzer there, getting a second fall win of the season and bonus points. I think that's the story of today for Pitt, is they were looking for bonus points as often as they could and as quick as they could. You can see here we're starting to get the shoulder down. Ref starts giving some swipes. Pitzer's not satisfied just with the near fall. He's going to keep fighting and get that pin.
Yeah, just keep building on it as they came. Dayton Pitzer earns the pin. It's been an exclamation point on exclamation type day, as it's Pittsburgh who pulls off a 32-point win.
And so now let's take a look at what the Terps have